Video summary. This time, I'm once again chasing the samurai vestiges. So, this isn't the typical travel video. I visit places with high historical and cultural value rather than just focusing on appearances. For example, we'll introduce hot springs like this one in a low-key way, as they are part of the town's culture. Incidentally, this Yakagashira onsen is cloudy brown due to its high iron content, and the water temperature is relatively high at around 47 to 48 degrees Celsius. The spring water is a sodium chloride spring neutral, hypertonic, high-temperature spring, so it has excellent heat retention and moisturizing effects, and is said to be effective for cold sensitivity, fatigue recovery, muscle pain, chronic joint pain, dry skin, and even hemorrhoids, chronic digestive diseases, and post-illness recovery. It's also thought to have a positive effect on gut flora. As proof, despite the snow and extreme cold, my chronic hip pain almost completely disappeared after bathing for 3 consecutive days. However, the pain returned 2 days after I stopped going to the hot springs. Hot springs are amazing. I'm not exaggerating at all. We'll walk for a while. We can see the sea now. A one-of-a-kind view①. Cape Takemachi. This magnificent cliff overlooking a rugged coastline faces the Hokkaido side of the Tsugaru Strait, where the Sea of Japan to the west meets the Pacific Ocean to the east. It is also the resting place of many historical figures, including the family of the poet Ishikawa Takuboku. Whenever I see a cliff, I often picture a scene from a suspense drama where the culprit jumps off or is arrested, but strangely, this cliff doesn't evoke such associations. It has a somewhat positive atmosphere. Oh, but impressions can change depending on the weather. Sorry for saying something weird, maybe the weather was nice that day. Anyway, that day the sky and surroundings were bright, the sea was wide and vast, it wasn't too cold, and there were only the sound of seabirds and the wind, making me feel insignificant. But that actually made me feel relaxed. In other words, I felt very good. Yeah, that's squid. Hakodate is known as the City of Squid, and its specialty is the high-quality Japanese flying squid maika from the Tsugaru Strait. The peak season is from June to December, especially in summer, and the translucent, live squid sashimi and squid somen are popular. Fresh squid is characterized by its firm, chewy texture, and the activity of catching squid at live fish farms in places like the Hakodate morning market and having it prepared on the spot is also famous. I said the atmosphere was nice, with squid and seagulls around. But even so, it still feels somewhat melancholic, impersonal, exclusive, and alienating. I wonder why. Maybe it's because of the wind, which isn't too strong but is fairly powerful. Maybe it's because the wind is blocking my ears, making me hard of hearing. Or maybe it's because the wind is odorless. It's hard to explain, but the wind has an odorless smell. It smells like being in a clean stranger's house. If I had to guess one reason, it would be that I'm sympathizing with the feelings of the defeated shogunate. Attention! Due to catch limits TAC, small squid fishing may be temporarily suspended, and the provision of live squid may be limited. History. Purpose of visiting Hakodate. Hakodate Monument. The Hakodate Monument is a memorial monument erected in September 1875 Meiji 8 at the foot of Mount Hakodate in Hakodate City, Hokkaido, commemorating the soldiers of the former shogunate army who died in the Boshin War, particularly the Battle of Hakodate. It mourns approximately 800 soldiers, including Hijikata Toshizo. Standing here, you can hear everyone's voices. We know this is a battle we can't win. But if we retreat, everything we've built up until now will be ruined. For a samurai, the most important thing was not their own life, but their self-esteem. If this is the final battle of the samurai, then I want to fight as a true samurai and end my life as a samurai. It is said that many samurai already sense the end of the samurai era. Those who will create a new world, at least, make this country better. In his final moments, the samurai entrusted the future of Japan to the new government forces, his enemies. The age of the samurai is over, but Japan is not over. The name of this monument originates from the following. Around the 4th century BC, during the Warring States period of ancient China, the philosopher Zhuangzi left behind a book compiling dialogues with his disciples. The name of this monument, Hakodate Monument, is taken from a passage in that book, Zhuangzi. At one point, Chang Hong, a loyal and righteous minister serving the Zhou dynasty, was wrongly accused of telling a malicious lie and executed. In mourning his unjust death, his blood, ketsu, was carefully preserved, and it is said that 3 years later, it transformed into a beautiful jewel. In Chinese, heki refers to a bluish-green or deep blue color, and it also means a jewel. Therefore, it was named Hakodate Monument.
庄子原文：人主莫不欲其臣之忠，而忠未必信。故五原流于江，长虹死于蜀，藏其械3年，而化未毕。
To be honest, when I learned about the existence of the Hakodate Monument and the origin of its name, I vowed to launch this channel with the utmost smoothness and simplicity, and with strong determination. However, I couldn't find the time, and a considerable amount of time passed. And now, finally, I'm able to release this personal video. I feel a certain degree of satisfaction. I really appreciate it. This is what I want to say here. Their justice was overturned, they were defeated, and killed. Here lie the samurai who carried the deepest mortification imaginable. There are so many crazy things in the world. You could even say it's all crazy. I, too, have had many crazy things happen that made me feel compelled to come here. Perhaps some of you have had similar experiences. I am on their side and yours. Sooner or later, the time will come when you will get your revenge on your enemies, both psychologically and strategically. The above is the purpose of my visit to Hakodate. A one-of-a-kind view too. Taking the ropeway takes you to the top of Mount Hakodate, where you can enjoy a breathtaking panoramic view of the unique topography created by the city and coastline. Unfortunately, on this day, a light drizzle was falling by 10 a.m., and thick clouds completely dominated the sky. However, after 10:30 a.m., the sun began to peek through the clouds, and by 11 a.m. the view had improved considerably, so I decided to take the ropeway. The view from the ropeway was the same as what I often see on social media. Even so, I wondered if everyone here was trying to find something special that only they could see. Or perhaps they were content with seeing the same view they had seen on social media.
Please be careful as it may shake when stopped. Also, please watch your step when getting off the roadway.
我们即将到达山顶站，下车门在行进方向的右侧。停车时请小心摇晃。
But, I found the answer when I got off the ropeway. The object was certainly the same, but this view, which I was seeing for the first time, was completely different from what I had seen on social media or in videos taken by others. After all, seeing it in person is something special. It's my own world. I descended to the observation deck. Let's take a 360-degree look around.
We will be announcing about the operation status. The ropeway is currently operating every 15 minutes. It's almost time to leave. If you wish to ride, please have your QR code ticket ready and go to the ropeway terminal on the first floor. The ticket gate will be closed 1 minute before the departure time. Please be careful not to be in it. The ride to the station is about 2 minutes. Next, we will be announcing about the morning. Please have your spot before leaving in
The clouds I was looking up at just a moment ago are now right in front of me.
この後行きます。See you later.
Ah, I'm in the clouds now. Here, I'm looking down at the clouds. When it's warm, you can hike up, but in winter, access to the summit is only permitted by ropeway. About the role of Mount Hakodate. With Mount Godin 334m at its center, 12 mountains are linked together, and from the summit, you can enjoy a panoramic view of the beautiful cityscape and night view nestled between Hakodate's city and the sea. It's not just a tourist attraction. Because access was prohibited for about 50 years, a rich natural environment remains, home to over 600 species of plants and approximately 150 species of wild birds. It's designated as a wildlife sanctuary and is a popular place for nature walks and learning. Furthermore, it serves as a place of relaxation and health for citizens, with hiking trails and mountain paths where people can enjoy the changing seasons while exercising. And one more, and most importantly, it once served as a military fortress. From the Meiji era to the post-war period, it was one of the important strongholds of the Tsugaru fortress. Near the summit, remnants of gun emplacements and command posts remain, serving as cultural heritage that conveys history.
Thank you for using our service today. Information for passengers. Please note that eating and drinking is not allowed during the ride.
感谢您今天的搭乘。温馨提示，请理解。
This is what it looks like at night.
饮食。
Incidentally, this familiar view is located here on the map. Zooming in, it's here. And sometimes people mistake it for this location. The correct location is here. A one-of-a-kind view①. Goryakaku Tower is an observation deck offering a panoramic view of the star-shaped Goryakaku, the site of the final battle of the Boshin War in 1869. Goryakaku Park is a star-shaped fortress built in 1866 and became the main battlefield of the Battle of Hakodate. It opened on April 1, 2006. The tower is 107 meters tall. From the observation deck, you can look down on Mount Hakodate, the Tsugaru Strait, and the star-shaped landscape of the Goryakaku Fortress, a special historical site. The view is from a different angle than from the Hakodate Japan ropeway, making it easier to understand the geography. This is where the Edo shogunate, or the era of samurai, physically came to an end. By physically, I mean that it didn't end mentally or psychologically. If anyone thinks that samurai has ended mentally or psychologically, they are greatly mistaken. I've been seeing the word samurai a lot lately. I have somewhat mixed feelings about this situation. I don't want the word samurai to be used in a cheap, commercial sense. However, on the other hand, I also believe that the word samurai should not disappear, and therefore, I feel that we have no choice but to accept the current situation where the word is misused and abused to some extent. Samurai referred to the highest rank of the privileged class in the hierarchy of that time. I often feel that the way it's used today lacks respect, and I honestly wish people would be a little more considerate. For example, I'd like a logical and objective explanation of what makes the Japanese national baseball or soccer teams samurai. At the very least, I'd like people to understand the historical background before using the word. I'm sure that once they understand it, they won't be able to use it so easily anymore. Because the spirit of the samurai still lives on, it would be strange to call something that isn't a samurai, wouldn't it? Wakamatsu Pier. A peaceful waterfront area where the historic Mashimaru ferry is docked, symbolizing the city's maritime history. I'm getting hungry. Hakodate's food culture. Hakodate Morning Market. A vibrant seafood paradise where visitors can enjoy fresh crabs, sea urchins, and the famous squid fishing experience. Above all, fresh seafood. Whether it's truly freshly caught is unknown. But it's delicious, so it must be. The grilled salmon I happened to eat was incredibly delicious. And then there's ramen. I don't usually introduce restaurants on my channel, but this time is different. This place is surprisingly delicious. You absolutely must go if you're in Hakodate. Inace means stylish and spirited. I had miso ramen and fried rice. I don't usually describe food because it sounds unappetizing the more you do, but the soup was rich and the noodles were chewy. This matched the miso ramen perfectly. The toppings were butter, egg, and seaweed, I think. And then there was the fried rice. Generally, fluffy rice is considered good, but I prefer it a little softer, and that's how it was here. The total was around 2,000 yen. Good value for money. It's not crowded early on weekday mornings. View Ichiba Market. A local's favorite kitchen filled with high-quality seafood and authentic Hakodate flavors. Squid fishing. You drop your fishing hook into the ear area of a live squid in a tank and try to catch it. If you hook it in the tentacles, it will squirt ink. They prepare it as sashimi right there, and you can eat it immediately at the eat-in corner nearby.
この電車は函館ドック前行きです。次は末広町です。下町公園、東海道、イギリス領時間ではこちらでお降りください。信号無視でのフォローは移動内歩行は大変危険です。絶対におやめください。
Port Culture Section, Regional Culture. Since its opening in 1859, Hakodate has developed as a major international trading port in the north. The retro warehouses, including the Kane-Mori red brick warehouses, built alongside the port's development, form a cityscape and culture imbued with exotic charm. The Meiji-era brick warehouses have now been repurposed as stylish tourist facilities, creating an area where you can experience history and functional beauty. Points of Hakodate's port and warehouse culture. Kane-Mori red brick warehouses, originating from Hakodate's first commercial warehouse, founded in 1887 Meiji 20 by Kumashiro Watanabe. The 5 imposing warehouses built using the English bond method, rebuilt after the Great Fire of 1907, are now part of the Kane-Mori red brick warehouses, a commercial complex housing approximately 50 shops including restaurants and souvenir stores. History of the port town and fire prevention culture. Hakodate is a natural harbor, also known as Tomo Port. Because the area was prone to fires, the warehouses are completely fireproof, using brick for the walls and roofs. Utilization of historic buildings, old warehouses, banks, and post offices in the port area, especially the Bay Area, have not been demolished but have been renovated into hotels, breweries, and cafes, creating an exotic and atmospheric landscape. Hakodate Dock Red Brick Warehouse. Sturdy industrial brick buildings that tell the story of Hakodate's flourishing shipbuilding industry. Tourism events. Events that take advantage of the historical port location are frequent, such as the giant Christmas tree at the Hakodate Christmas Fantasy, held on the sea in front of the warehouses, and the Hakodate Port Festival, held around the port. Hakodate retains strong traces of its Meiji-era prosperity, and its warehouses are not merely a tourist attraction, but a part of the city's historical identity. Just like that ropeway, there's a world here that only those who see it can appreciate. Saiwazaka Slope. One of the city's steepest and most beautiful slopes, offering a straight, cinematic view down to the harbor. East meets West culture. Old Public Hall of Hakodate Ward. A magnificent colonial-style building with a distinctive yellow and blue exterior, overlooking the sea. Intercultural blend. Since its opening as a port in 1854, Hakodate has developed as a gateway to Western culture, and is characterized by its exotic blend of Japanese and Western styles. The unique scenery, exemplified by the churches and consulates in the Motomachi area, the red brick warehouses, and the night view from Mount Hakodate, conveys the historical fusion unique to a port town to the present day. Points of interest in Hakodate's blend of international cultures. Hakamenzaka Slope. The most famous street in Hakodate, renowned for its perfectly symmetrical view of the harbor. The Hakodate Orthodox Church. A symbol of Hakodate's international history, famous for its elegant bells and green onion-shaped domes. Motomachi, churches, and former consulate area, churches scattered on the hilltop, such as the Hakodate Orthodox Church and the Catholic Motomachi Church, along with the former British consulate, create a Western-style landscape overlooking the harbor. Eclectic architecture, residences with a blend of Japanese and Western architectural styles remain, with the first floor in a Japanese style and the second floor in a Western style. Cha-Cha Nobori. This is a steep slope near the Hakodate Orthodox Church in Motomachi, Hakodate City, Hokkaido. The name is said to originate from the Ainu word cha-cha, which means grandfather, suggesting that it is an extremely steep slope, like a grandfather bending over to climb it. Hakodate is a city with a delightful mix of Western-style churches, Japanese houses, and eclectic architecture, making it a pleasant place to simply stroll around. It's a bit hilly, though, so it might be a little tough for those with weak legs. For better or for worse, everything we see here is connected to present-day Japan. And I hope that 100 years from now, people will still be having positive conversations saying, because of what happened here, Japan has become what it is today. Hakodate Station. This station is the main railway gateway to the city of Hakodate, providing convenient access to historic districts, the morning market, and transportation across southern Hokkaido. That's all for this video. What did you think? Please note that these are purely my personal opinions. See you in the next video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.